Hello everybody and welcome back to Renowned Explorers International Society weekend edition, I guess. Let's do a new challenge. For those of you who have not seen my last run, highly recommend it. It was an interesting one. It doesn't mean I won necessarily. It was a challenging run. I picked a suboptimal team and tried to see how it would go, and did a new boss. So yeah, check that out if you're curious. Alright, time to go on to the next challenge. Let's see what we got. Discovery Spotter and Amazing Speech Power. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, and Amazing Speech Defense and Secret Spotter. Alright, so it's basically whether we would like to go for Discovery or Secrets. Would not mind going for Secrets. The reasoning for that is because I'm still looking to complete my treasure collection. And the, one of the treasures I'm missing is the Friendly and Campaign trophy, which is right here. Looks like a horse almost or something. Like a rooster here, and then I have no idea. Yeah, no clue what that one would be. We're missing like a monkey, aren't we? Maybe it's a monkey or something. That seems like an obvious choice, and we don't have one yet. But who knows? Alright, so, Friendly and Campaign would be nice just for that. The problem is that to get Amazing Speech Defense, it's the easiest way to get it is to just have lots of money. And if you manage to get lots of money, then you can afford the items from the secret shop, which have a very, very high defense on them. Let's see. There's someone... Yeah, nope. I was gonna see, here it is. So, Jan Pete has a really good captain perk for this. 5 to 10 gold from every campaign token. So if you're going for secrets and campaign and stuff like that, he will still give you plenty of gold to buy items with. However, he cannot go friendly. At least, not very well. His friendly is very bad, and he never really gets it upgraded with his perks. So, a friendly run on this probably will not go very well. Now, we are missing, let's go back to this again. We are missing some of the devious rewards still. Yes, we have gotten this one. Come here, you. There we go. We've gotten devious and gold, but we have not gotten devious and campaign or devious and science. So, we could do either one of these with a devious team. That could be interesting. In fact, a devious team with Discovery Spotter and Amazing Speech Power might be really fun. Because, of course, Speech Power will benefit us. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Okay, I will be back in a couple minutes. I'm going to do some pre-planning, decide who I want to take, and we'll come back in just a second. Alright, here we are, guys, and you can see what my choices were for this team. Now, once again, this is going to be a little bit of a suboptimal team, and that is because I have other things I am going for. In this particular run, not only are we going for the Devious Study Shangri-La treasure, that is a thing. I am also going to try to get the Yeti again, which we failed at last time. Now, I was told last time when we failed that the Yeti only spawns at particular times. He doesn't spawn every time. So we've got to figure out if he does spawn once we get there, and then we got to get to him. And I know from last time that he takes at least an Archaeologist challenge, and then possibly a Survivalist challenge. So I have grabbed an Archaeologist, I've grabbed a Survivalist, and then to finish off, I've grabbed a Naturalist. This should mean that if we can teach someone some athlete perks, probably Min-Jeong, as weird as that sounds, because she's the only one who has one relevant skill. Or Anna. Anna would be fine too. Although I might teach her some engineering. Either Anna or Min-Jeong teach some additional athlete skills too. Take Anna, mostly Naturalist, take Charles, mostly Survivalist, and take Min-Jeong, mostly Archaeologist. That should give us a very good group to both find the Yeti and to go to all the nature challenges we can to give us the study to fill out our trees, which will not only let us grab from Min-Jeong's captain perk, grab some upgrades to our discovery tokens, which would be nice. But also will give us enough study to fill out the natural sciences tree and get those discovery for every treasure we find. I have brought Anna specifically because of Professor Proskirikova, which allows her to teach perks that she has to other people, but alternatively, instead, every time you can just take a discovery on every map, essentially. Every map after you play the card. So that's just a bunch of free discovery, and we will definitely want that. Probably the most questionable pick here, assuming you agree with my goal, probably the most questionable pick is Anna. We probably won't need the discovery from her campfire perk, but I needed a naturalist, and there aren't that many options for a devious crew. Hildegard is friendly, Ivan is also friendly or aggressive, and the only other option after that is Amelia, who we just did, and she's also not very good devious. So yeah, devious-wise, our only real option is Anna. Now, I could, of course, pick someone who is a pure athlete and teach them naturalist instead. That's definitely an option. Could have gone with Ivan in that case. Ivan has a decent devious secondary move, but a terrible devious first move, which is why I avoided him, even though he does have athlete and naturalist, which I need both of. So that's a little unfortunate. My other option here would have been like John Pete, but even though his first devious move is very good, he has no good secondary devious move. Other than that, it was Dolores. Now, Dolores was a good option. She has a good first move for devious, she has an excellent secondary move for devious, and she learns athlete, and I could teach her or Min-Jeong naturalist as a side. And this is probably a better pick. Not even gonna mess with trying to justify. This is probably a better pick in every way. Yeah, it's definitely a better pick in every way. Because we probably don't need the extra discovery from Anna's perk. And really, if you're not using Anna for her captain perk, she's quite a weak character, unfortunately. And I didn't want to use her for a captain perk, because we do that a lot. Whenever we play Anna, we use her for a captain perk. So I'd rather not do that here. Even though it probably would make more sense to do so. Almost assuredly make more sense to do so. So yeah. But we could go with Dolores, though. What is Charles's? Wait, what is Charles's thing here? I forget. And yes, I know I'm doing this in the least. Acquiring special on Charles will get your campaign token random improvement. Okay, that's pretty good, but not for this run. Charles, Min-Jeong, and either Anna or Dolores. Yvonne is also really good, but she's a beguiler and a rogue, which is not that helpful. But she's really good. Like, she gets 3 devious moves. I would love to have Yvonne. Yeah, or Maria. Maria's decent too. Gain an extra 1 encounter. Your resolve an encounter devious is pretty decent. Extra renown for archaeologists. We will have an archaeologist. It just won't be Maria. But she's better friendly. And there's Phelan, but she's not devious. Even though she gives 2 discovery along with 2 of every other super token, which is pretty good. She would be really good for the this other challenge, Amazing Speech Defense and Secret Spotter. She'd be really good for that one with Government Secrets and Totally Spy. Plus, I could go friendly. So I should probably consider that when I do that challenge, which I'll have to do tomorrow because it rolls over then. Anyway, okay, back to this. Yeah, I think I will take Dolores. She's just better all around than Anna here. We'll just level her an athlete, level Min-Jeong, secondary naturalist probably. Focus Charles on survivalist. We're just losing out on the discovery tokens that Anna's training would give her. That's probably okay. We are losing out on the interaction between Min-Jeong and Anna. They get along really well. That's okay. It's also Agatha, but she's not an archaeologist, which we don't really need at this point. And she's really good for secrets, which again is not our focus. I'm just thinking other options. Kiwi, I thought about briefly as opposed to Charles. She has a very good devious move. She's got talented scout, which gives her a little bit of extra rewards, which is nice. But yeah, I mean Kiwi's good, no doubt that Kiwi is good. But we already picked Charles out, and she's just redundant to that point. But I could easily switch Charles out for someone else, for Dolores or Anna or whatever, if I wanted to go with Kiwi. There's a lot of options here. Let's put it that way. A lot of good options, and I think this is what I'm going to go with. Or this. Let's go with this. Alright, this is going to be it. This is what I decided at first. That was just basically a whole lot of, yeah, we're going to do what I decided. Okay, let's do this thing. Now, starter. I'm tempted to start with the Saxon King, so we're missing 2 treasures from there. It would be more intelligent to start with the Celtic Code. Obviously. And so we're going to do that. Alright, let's do this thing. We've taken, like usual, quite a bit of time, about 10 minutes, to decide... Well, I took longer than that to decide on our team, but we've taken about 10 minutes to discuss it. So we'll move along and try to finish this episode on time. Now, you've probably noticed that there have only been 1 episode up a day for this weekend. That's mostly just because I started a new job. I'm still getting used to the new schedule, and honestly, I used most this weekend to kind of rest up. Oh, I didn't need a tutorial. I used most this weekend to kind of rest up and recover from my first week back at work full time. So, we'll see. That may be the plan in the future, is to continue doing 1 on the weekend and 1 each day on the weekend, and then our usual 2 every day on the week. Or I may go back to doing 2 on the weekend next weekend. We'll see how I feel after my second week back at work. A gold bird. Those babies are worth a ton to bird traders. Sadly, the bird seems to know it's very desirable and makes to fly away. The crew feels disappointed, but someone's unpredictable instincts kick in. Do we have a quick thinker? No. No, we do not. Okay. Well, I kind of want to make Min-Jeong our athlete just because it's funny. So, let's make Anna a quick thinker. There we go. Anna jumps on Min-Jeong's shoulders and reaches out for the bird. Hey, that's basically normal height for Anna. The bird manages to get away, but the thrill of hunting little feathered friends triggers primal qualities in Anna. Alright. Let's continue. The crew traverses an area that looks like it's never been trodden before, and Charles finds a weird, colorful stone. Okay. Just down some observations, and we get a little bit of study, and this might be our hidden hoard, which would be very nice. It is. We will take a discovery. That will start us on the right track for our discovery spotter right away there. Very nice. Cuddly sheep. Alright, we're going to do a distraction. Hey, Anna's now level 1 quick thinker, so that works out nice. Gives us 5 encounter. Right now, we don't care about actually going into combat. Doesn't affect us very much. And there's our campfire. I don't know what we're looking for necessarily. Well, I mean, that's a good thing to get early. Gain 1 to 2 status every time Min-Jeong succeeds on an archaeologist diplomat challenge. The earlier we get that, the better. I think we'll wait on letter to the queen, but we will keep it. Polymath we don't care about because we're not working on renown. So yeah, bureaucrat brawl. Sounds good. To relax a bit on this crazy expedition, Charles cooks a meal for everyone. Min-Jeong takes a small bite and sighs, a little displeased. What's wrong? It can't be my cooking. Charles knows cooking. He's a good cook. The meal is nice, but the plates and spoons are really ugly. Dinner should be a small party, you know. It's not the first time Min-Jeong wants something to be done in a specific way. And here we go. Anna likes Min-Jeong. She might be a little bit annoying, but I like how she knows what she wants. The more Anna thinks about it, the more respect she gains for Min-Jeong. Too many people let others trample all over their principles and standards, but not Min-Jeong. Anna decides to hang out more with this strong-willed girl. Alright. And they should get a small buff there. Nope, not yet. She's just unhappy because she's being led by a child. She'll get over it. Don't worry. Alright, a phenomenon worth researching. Sure. We'll let Anna do that. Among other things that have been going on this week, mostly just resting up from my first full week of work. It's kind of a big deal. I know, I keep mentioning it, but you know, I've been out of work for a long time, so it's definitely nice to have it. But at the same time, getting used to that new schedule is going to be a little bit difficult. Just the way it goes. I'm sure that's something that people can relate to. And it becomes frustrated with lack of food, loses some speech defense. But in addition to doing that, we have also, my wife and I. When I say we, my wife and I, the cats exist, but they're not part of the conversation typically. They'd like to think they are. They'd like to think they're part of the conversation, but you know, Merlin tends to meow a lot and contribute in his own way. But typically, we don't take, and don't tell him this. Typically, we don't take his opinion under too much advisement. We just sort of do what we wanted anyway. He doesn't need to know that. We'll take a treasure hunt there. It's not a great buff or upgrade for us from that treasure, but hey, treasure hunt to treasure hunt. We do need gold in the end to get some of those nice items later on to get our speech defense, or speech power up. Not speech defense, speech power. But so anyway, one of the things we decided this weekend was we're going to start doing a little bit of dieting again. We did about 6 months of a diet last year after New Year's. It went really well. We both lost about 30 pounds. I got to my goal weight. My wife got very close to hers. And we were pretty happy with that. And we were doing that in preparation for our wedding, actually. Just to make sure we looked a little decent, right? And it worked. It went really well. But we've stopped since. I have maintained, fortunately, generally. But my wife would like to lose the rest of what she was trying to lose last time. And so we're probably going to go back on a little bit of a diet. That'll be fine. Eat lots of fish. Fish is good. She can come with us. Yeah, this person's going to come with us. She will be a free entourage. Very nice. And give us some study and campaign at the same time. We're going to take a lot of debuffs here. Attack power that time. Because I do want to get to all these nodes. So this is going to be a little painful. Alright, wolves. Nice. But yeah, we managed to lose the weight last time basically by tracking all our calories. We used an app called MyFitnessPal. I'm not sponsored by them. No problem. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not even sponsored by YouTube at this point. So you don't need to worry about that. We used an app called MyFitnessPal. It keeps track of exactly how many calories you're eating, and that helped a lot. But of course, as soon as we stopped using it, that's sort of the whole diet thing sort of stopped soon after. I don't know if we'll go back on that. Probably should, but we might try to not do it at first and see if we can manage without its help, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna buff Min-Jeong here so she can get a one-shot on one of these wolves, hopefully. And yeah, we ate a lot of fish. We ate a lot of like sparkling waters and stuff like that aren't as bad for you as sodas, and just kept track of our calories and walked a little bit more. Not much more, honestly. It's sort of a fallacy that to be fit, you need to exercise. 100% have to exercise if you want to be fit. But if you just want to be at a decent weight and not be overweight, you do not actually need to exercise. You just need to concentrate on the calories that you are taking in, right? And the one thing the MyFitnessPal app did really well that we really appreciated was it tells you exactly what your goal calories should be based on your current weight and what weight you want to get to, right? And so for me, back then, and I don't mind talking about this, it's no big deal. I was 165 pounds, which is heavy for me. And I wanted to lose about 30. I wanted to get down to 135, which I did. And I put in that was 160. I wanted to get to 130. And put in my height and some stuff like that, just to give them an idea. White stag, sure, we'll track that down. And it came back and told me, okay, you can eat 1,500 calories a day, or whatever it was. I think it was about 1,500 calories. Don't go over that. And as long as you stick to 1,500 calories, or between 1,300 and 1,500 calories, then you will lose the weight in X amount of time. And it worked. It was really effective. It was good. And it actually wasn't that bad in my experience. It was not that bad sticking to the 1,500 calories. But you know, your goal calories may vary depending on exactly what you are and what you want to be. I don't know exactly how that works. Crew is now in a dilemma. Min-Jeong wants to save these plants for research, but Anna is giddy to see what's more is in the rock, and she is going to get it because she is obsessively curious. And we got one collect. Not good. And another debuff. Min-Jeong lost armor. So we're really weak. We've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 debuffs. Not good. But here we are at the end. And French explorer Revelot, that's right, we're the British explorers. French explorer Revelot is here, and he's going to send Amir at us. All right. Now, that's fine. Amir likes it if you are devious, and that's definitely what we are. So that shouldn't be a problem. It's just going to be a matter of if we can overcome all those debuffs we've taken. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Amir admires your sharpness. Now, we do have only one character leveled up. Nope, 2 have leveled up. Min-Jeong, unfortunately, which is the one with our good AoE, has not leveled up. But I think we're going to do our typical run back here, try to take care of some of these guys. And we'll let Charles's AoE buff itself up. I think this is one of the ones that buffs up every turn it's off cooldown. Let me check. 10% power off cooldown. Not as good, but at least it's something. So we're going to back up with our characters here. Min-Jeong does have the extra range on our devious attack, which is really nice. Very handy. And we'll back Charles up as well. And then we'll use either Charles or Min-Jeong, both of which have an excited normal attack to buff Charles before he gets his AoE off. So we'll see. That might be good. Ooh, that was quite a long distance that Amir was able to walk there. I'm kind of surprised. But yeah. And but yes, that's our plan. I don't, and I also, let me put this out here right away before there's any misconception. I am not. Let me put this in the best way possible. I have not told my wife she needs to lose weight. That's not how this goes. She brought up this weekend that she would really like to lose the rest of the weight that she wanted to lose last time, which is an admirable goal. And I want to encourage her in any way I can. And if that means also going back on a diet, that's cool. That's perfectly fine, and I mean that entirely sincerely. But I know that the impression can be different, so I just wanted to make sure that that's clarified. I'm not in trouble here. I'll have to wait till I'm probably have to wait till I'm old and gray before I can get away with some of the stuff, saying some things. Not that I'd ever want to say something about my wife's weight. That's just mean. And besides, she looks great, and that's 100% mean that. No. Ooh, this is a really good AoE. We don't really need to AoE. We could just try to finish off Amir, but it's a really nice AoE, and it looks pretty, so we're gonna do it. Even though it doesn't accomplish anything, it looks pretty. Let's see, what was I saying? Let's do that, sure. Just because it's fun. It's gonna switch us to aggressive, but it was worth it. Alright, and we'll let Min-Jeong come up here and hopefully finish off Amir. You know, there's something about, speaking about old people, it seems like this thing, at least in America, I don't know if this is true anywhere else, but at least in America, it seems like you can get away with a lot when you get old. Like, 80 or 90-year-old, you know, guy or girl, doesn't matter which one, old lady, old man, seems to be able to get away with a lot. We just sort of seem to be like, alright, I mean, they're old, we'll let them say whatever they want, it's fine. Has anyone else come across that? We want the Sea Sapphire. That would be nice. Ooh, we got the horned helmet. That's not as good. 6-10 research from discovery though is not bad. We'll take it. We should be getting a lot of discoveries. So that'll be nice to get early. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Imagine for me, like you're in the grocery store. Let's say you're, I don't know. Yeah. Let's. It doesn't matter. Young lady, young guy, you're in the grocery store, and you come across some old lady or old man. Well, let's say if you're a guy, it's an old lady. If you're a gal, it's an old man. Either way, So let's say you're a guy and you're walking up, and this old lady asks you for help or something, and you help her. And she goes, "Oh, what, you're such a handsome young man, so polite. When I was your age, and guys weren't this way, or when I was your age, guys were this way, and it's nice to see someone who still is. Like, nice old lady, right? Very nice. You might have a nice conversation with her." If you're a young lady, you come across an old man in the grocery store, help him out with something, or just run into him. He stops and goes, "Wow, what a pretty young lady you are." Like, just out of the blue, right? You don't know this old guy. If this was someone your age, you might be a little offended. Like, I didn't ask your opinion. I don't know you. If a guy your age just all of a sudden went, "Ooh, pretty young lady," like, you'd be like, step off a little bit, please, right? But if an old guy does it, perfectly fine. It's just he's being really nice, right? It's kind of cute. It's kind of sweet. I think old people, once you get to a certain age, come across, no matter what they do, as just being cute, right? It's sort of like babies, except the opposite. And I don't know why that is. I think it's a combination of we sort of respect them for what they've gone through, for the age they've gotten to, all the things they've seen, and it's like, yeah, if you wanna give me your opinion on something, even if I didn't ask for that opinion, I'm gonna respect that opinion because you've seen a lot and you know a lot, probably, right? I think there's a measure of respect there, but I think there's also a just that ingrained interest in our elders, right? Where there are elders, we need to take care of them. They theoretically took care of our generation when we were young, and now it's our turn to take care of them in our old age. And part of that is respecting them, right? Even if they have opinions that we don't agree with, or if they say something that normally we might be a little offended by, because of that respect, it's sort of a you're to the age, the noble age, where you've earned that age, and we should respect you for the opinions you've gotten over your lifetime, even if they are perhaps a little outdated or a little bit maybe even offensive in some cases. And this may not be a thing in other countries, but at least in America, almost all the World War II vets at this point are gone. There's a couple left, but most of them are gone. It's really unfortunate. When I was in high school, I went to go interview a couple of them, and by and by, they're all extremely nice. Just the nicest people. It was really cool getting to interview them and talk to them. And but of course, some of their ideals, some of the things they've learned over their lives don't apply anymore, right? Some of the people that were enemies to them in their times we're friends with now, or we try to be, as a country, we try to be congenial with other countries. And some of their ideals aren't suited for the modern times. But that doesn't mean we just throw them off to the side, right? We have to respect what they have gone through and what their lifetime of experiences had led them to believe. And there's a measure of respect there that I think needs to be given. And I think it is given in general. In general, I think most people have a good amount of respect for people who are getting up in age, and that's good. I like that. But I don't know. Is that the same in other countries? Probably. I'd hope so. But let me know. Naturalist, engineer, archaeologist perk. I want the archaeologist perk or the naturalist perk, and I think we'll take the naturalist perk. Now, Anna can learn a lot of naturalist perks on her own. She already has math, physics, and electromagnetics, and she can learn chemistry. So I think we'll teach her geology. That's the one that I tend to not be able to get easily. We'll see. Okay, extra insight? Sure. More study from insight? Excellent. Naturalists, engineers, and archaeologists, we have 2 of the 3. Gain study? Cool. Some supplies? Very nice. And we are slightly short for an extra study whenever we enter a nature challenge, which is what we're going to choose there. But we'll get that soon. For one thing, we have 2 insight to spend. But if we're going to do that, we should buy some helpers first if we're going to. So yeah, let's buy a student. And let's buy a merchant, because I think we're going to try to get a lot of gold. Okay, and we'll go spend some insight here. Yeah, it was both the same. All right. And there we go. That'll be enough for our last perk here. And we'll take nature challenges. And we want research to bring more prestige. Excellent. Okay, pretty good. Now we still have 1 more insight. We should spend that. I don't know on what yet. I'll look at that in a second. Engineer perk. Survivalist perk. Does Charles have navigation? No. He can't learn it either. So we'll go ahead and give him the compass. That's a good thing for him right at the beginning. Trowel and broom will be nice eventually. The whistle might be nice eventually for survivalist hunting. Naturalist chemistry, and already has. And there is the machete, if we want to start making an athlete, and I think we should. So let's upgrade, give Min-Jeong the machete. We can always decide to give it to someone else later, but I really want it to be a Min-Jeong just because it's funny. To me, it's funny. And, oh, we have our quest for 45 speech power. So we're 14 short. I don't think there's any chance we can buy enough speech power to get up to 14. No, there's no way. We can grab 8 if we spend a insight, which is at least something. That means after a level up, maybe they'd get there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's spend some insight on collect. It's not much, but it's something. Oh, you know what? We'll want to save this money because we'll want to buy the specialty books. We should not buy a book now. Let's just save that money. It's a little bit of a waste, but we had to use it anyway because we couldn't have carried over 4 insight. So that's okay. Now, Rival already got the amazing speech power, which is really unfortunate. But unfortunately, that's our secondary objective. We really want to make sure we get this one. Alright. I think that's going to be good for this episode. We will go on to the next expedition next time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you didn't mind that I spent a little moment there to talk about what's going on in my life and some of our thoughts. Yeah, let me know what you think. I will see you guys next time. Renowned Explorers. Goodbye.